Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I am Kevin McTaggart, and this is episode 69. It's episode 69. 69, get it? Oof. I was going to my original plan for episode 69 was to just laugh for the entire 30 minutes, but as experimental as that would be, and it would probably be a bad idea. So I'm not going to do that for episode 69. Well, that's it'd be nice to do a 69 while doing episode 69, but there's nobody here, so never mind. Anyway, it's Earth Day. I'm recording this on Earth Day, April 22nd. Happy Earth Day, I guess. Seriously, Earth Day. One day out of the year when we care about the planet. I don't know. I feel like we need to worry about the planet more than just once a year. How about the entire year? You know? But I think about Earth Day. And it's like, we really gave a shit about the planet. Probably should have started worrying about it 100 years ago when the Industrial Revolution started and factories were built and smoke was filtering up into the skies, and nobody was thinking, I wonder if that might ruin the atmosphere in the future. Nobody fucking thought of that. If we really cared about the planet, we wouldn't just give it one goddamn day. Just think it's the whole concept of Earth Day is bullshit. And we can try to recycle all we want, but it ain't gonna fix nothing. Kind of reminds me, yesterday I was at my car dealership, Prime Subaru in Norwich, getting my car worked on. She's fine, by the way. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. And it was just, they had 3 things, receptacles there for me to throw my water bottle in. And they had pictures. I was trying to figure out which one to throw my water bottle in. And the water bottle was not in any of the 3 boxes pictures. And one of the car salesmen walks by and said, "Oh, it doesn't matter which one you throw it in, because Vermont is 0 sort. So we just throw it all in there, and then from the state sorts it out when we bring it to them, or when they get it." And I'm just sort of thinking, 0 sort recycling just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. How are we going to know that the state actually will sort it out? I'm convinced they don't. I think it just all still goes in the same place. I just think the whole idea of recycling is fucking dumb. And it all just goes in the same place. Probably. Because I look at, it's just what I think. I think it just all goes to the same place. It's all a big stupid conspiracy to make us think that we give a shit about the planet, but we don't actually give a shit about the planet. So we just make people think that we like to recycle, but we don't actually recycle. And now they've called it 0 sort, which is just the most stupidest bullshit I've ever heard of in my entire life. Well, not the most stupid bullshit I've heard of in my entire life. But it's certainly up there. Just the idea of Earth Day. I mean, if we really gave a shit, we would have thought about it years, decades, hundreds of centuries, or not hundreds, or a century ago. It just all seems bullshit to me, the whole environment thing, and we can't change. It's too late now. I feel like it's too late. So who really cares? You know? If you really gave a damn about the environment, I'm going to say this. If you really gave a damn about the environment, you'd probably just kill yourself right now. If you really cared. Because we're killing the environment. Human beings are, all of us. And it's just ridiculous. It's just a facade to make people think Earth Day and the recycling thing are just facades and conspiracies to make us feel like we're doing a good deed. We're doing a good deed. Yay. Yahoo. No, we're not doing shit. We're not doing shit. Who gives a damn about Earth Day? Maybe that's what I'll call this episode. Who gives a damn about Earth Day? Who knows? Because I don't give a damn about Earth Day. Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be called. It's good that I came up with the title. I love how I have been coming up with the title during the podcast, usually. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, whenever I hear about recycling and the environment, and I'm just like, really, we should have done something a long time ago. And we're not now, so who gives a shit? It's just how I feel. Yeah, on this Sunday morning of Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. Shut up. There's another topic I want to talk about that it was brought to my attention by Peter Pardo. This Peter Pardo reference is brought to you by the Uber drivers of the Upper Valley. If you're too drunk to drive, call an Uber. That's not actually an official sponsor of the podcast, but maybe it will be soon. Who knows? But he tagged me in a. He mentioned me in a comment on this post in the Upper Valley Facebook group. People were complaining about the panhandlers of the Upper Valley, and the chat, the post was deleted by the administrators before I had a chance to give my opinions on it and whatnot. But to make everyone else aware, there are quite a few panhandlers, beggars in the Upper Valley, and a lot of them, maybe not all of them, are phony. A lot of them have homes. A lot of them aren't homeless. Right. There are people out there pretending to be homeless panhandlers, taking money from people, and they actually, have cars and homes and but that's what they do. They stand on the corners and beg for money, beg for help. They have signs. But a lot of them are not actually homeless. A lot of them have have homes, and it's stupid. It's fucking ridiculous. It's awful that people have resorted to that. It's awful. But it's just it makes me sick that is a thing, that people do that. Because there are people out there who do need help, and their only resort is to stand on the side of the road begging for money. That's got to be the lowest, the last resort there, is to just stand on the side of the road begging for help. And that is sad. And what's even sadder and what's even angrier is that there's douchebags pretending to be helpless so people help them. I'm told that, they asked one of the fake panhandlers, and she was like, I make more money doing this than I would any other job. I'm like, that doesn't justify a goddamn thing. The fact that there are fake panhandlers, fake beggars, fake homeless people, takes away from the situation, to me, it would make me not want to give money. I never really give money to homeless people anyway, but I certainly wouldn't now that I think, oh, they're probably fake. They probably have a house. It's just annoying. And in this Facebook post, people were complaining about seeing them on the side of the road, just panhandlers in general, and how we should how we should get rid of them. Well, how we get rid of them is we fix the overall fucking problem of the situation. That's how we fucking get rid of them. We shouldn't be like, oh, let's just get rid of the homeless people and move them somewhere or something. And that's not the fucking way to solve this goddamn problem. Just because you don't like to see it doesn't mean we should get rid of it. And what we should do? We should try to help these people. We should try to help these people so that they don't have to be sitting or standing on the side of the road. I don't know how we help these people. Maybe it's by a case-by-case basis or something like that. I don't know. Instead of being upset that it makes you upset, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Well, how do you think they feel? Having to stand on the corner, begging for stuff. And then there's people pretending to be homeless. That make the homeless people probably feel even worse, because they probably think, well, what's the point of panhandling if they're going to think we're faking it? Also, if you're going to be a fake homeless person, don't wear different clothes every day. Don't wear nice clothes if you're going to panhandle. It's play the part. Wear some dirty clothes, some torn clothes or something. This makes me sick on multiple levels that there are people pretending to be homeless because they're too fucking lazy to get a real job. And there are actual people out there who are homeless, and it's their last resort. And it's sad that that's a thing. And we need to decide that I wish there was a way to solve the homeless problem. It'll probably get solved after we figure out the gun issue. So neither of those issues will ever fucking get solved. Which is irritating. Or any other sort of issue. We never fix any goddamn issues around here. It seems like we just complain about, oh, let's just get rid of them. No. That's our basic response to anything. Oh, there's a shooting, let's get rid of the guns. That's not a good idea. Makes sense, but or all these homeless people, let's remove them from the corners and stuff. I'm like, yeah, let's try to help them out and make do some job placements or give them counseling or something like that, and try to give them some sort of some sort of assistance or something, or just give them a job. Start them there. Give them what's lacking or something like that. I can't imagine living as a homeless person. It's scary to me. No one should have to live that way. And it's a damn shame that there are posers out there thinking that they can make easy money just standing on the side of the road and having people give them money when there are people who are actually suffering and not being lazy-ass motherfucking posers. People should be ashamed. If you're a phony homeless person and you're listening to my podcast, fuck you. You're an abomination to society, you fake homeless people. You should be ashamed of yourself. We should all be ashamed of ourselves. Or anyone who's disgusted at what homeless people look like. Well, maybe we should solve the fucking problem. I don't know how we solve the problem, but we should solve the fucking problem. Help these people somehow. It's a shame. What the fuck else was I supposed to talk about today? Let's see, I've already shit on Earth Day. I've already crapped on the fake homeless people of the Upper Valley. There's other shit I was going to talk about too. I wanted to talk about this. There are a few other topics I was going to talk about, but I'm just going to leave it to like 3 or 4. There will be no what's pissing you off today, because no one submitted any. So everybody must be pretty fucking happy. Let's see. I saw that the state of New Hampshire government struck down a bill that would allow, I forget what the wording was exactly, or they made a law banning gay conversion therapy. First of all, bravo to the state of New Hampshire for doing that. Secondly, it's a real fucking shame that the state of New Hampshire had to do that. Had to ban gay conversion therapy. It's annoying that is a thing that exists. Who gives a fuck if you're gay? Or straight? Or bisexual? Or whatever? Who cares? Who really fucking cares? The fact that that's a thing is a fucking abomination. I just let people do whatever the fuck they want to do. Why must there be stuff like gay conversion therapy to change people? It's disgusting. And the fact that the government has to get involved with someone's sexual orientation is also disgusting. It's too bad that it had to come to that it has to come to that. I feel like the government cares more about our sexual orientation and our bodies, our pregnancies, or abortion than they do all other issues. Maybe if we stopped caring so much about whether a woman wants to get an abortion and what someone's sexual preference is, we should stop caring about that. The government should just issue an edict or something that just says, hey, look, we're no longer going to give a shit about whether a woman wants to get an abortion or someone's sexual preference. We don't care about those things anymore. We're not going to do anything about those things anymore. We're just going to let people live their lives and do whatever the fuck they want in regards to those two issues, so we can focus on other issues. Other issues like education, like guns, like how to solve the homeless people problem. Killing them all is not a solution, by the way. I don't know why I said that. I just felt the need to say that. So fucking stupid. It's just a dumb idea. Unless... we shouldn't be ashamed to like what we like. That's what I'm saying. And, yeah, just ridiculous to me. Another thing that I found ridiculous this week, Adam Schefter of ESPN posted a tweet that Tom Brady had not declared if he was returning this season, but he also said in the same tweet, but he probably will. And this became like a huge news story on Wednesday. And I'm just like, why? Why was this a big fucking... why is this a story? Oh, Tom Brady hasn't said he's coming back, but sources say that he is. That's not a news story. That's not a news story. What the hell is that? You know what the news story is? When he officially announces if he's coming back. That's a story, and that's not even that much of a story. And you know what's an even bigger story? If he announces that he retires. That's a bigger fucking story. But that he hasn't announced anything yet, that's nothing. That's not a fucking story, Adam Schefter. You should be ashamed of yourself for tweeting that. Oh, so stupid. And that got me thinking about, like, news in general. It's just, if it was, like, people were, well, let me backtrack a little bit. Like, the people, I complained to my dad about it, and he's like, oh, it's a slow news week. Well, that's the problem, I think, with news in general, is that, like, there are things like slow news weeks, so they create stories, or they put out stories that are just stupid. Because, like, think about it. If there was no news to report in a week or something like that, if the news was slow, well, they can't, like, not put out their papers or their websites or their magazines or whatever like that. You know, they have to put out something. If there was no news to report, there'd be no newspapers or whatever. You know? People would be out of jobs if there's... my point... People would be out of jobs if there was no news to report. So there's always going to be news to report. And sometimes those stories are going to be fucking stupid, like the fact that Tom Brady hasn't announced or declared that he's returning this season. First of all, he's getting paid, so he's going to, he still has a contract, so he will be coming back. And so it's just a stupid fucking story. But it's like news organizations always have to have stories to put out. If they didn't have any news, they'd be out of business. And that's what they care more about, is being in business, than putting out news and putting out stories that are accurate or not like that, or something like that. You know, maybe that's what Donald Trump means by when he talks about fake news. Because, I mean, I think... maybe, I'm not sure if that's exactly what it means, but I happen to think that's probably what it is. That I don't know if news is fake, but it's like news organizations have to put out news all the time. If they didn't, they'd be out of business. And they care more about business than they do reporting accurate news. or reporting news in the general. They just need, hey, we need news 24/7. We need stories out there every 15 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. If they didn't, they'd be out of work. It's such a fucking hypocrisy. Oh, so stupid. Whole world is so fucking stupid. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about today that of consequence? That I think I've covered most of the things. I think so. I think I've covered most of this shit. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bring that up today. I was going to bring up a theory about a movie, but we'll save that for another time because we're almost out of time. I'm tired of sitting here talking, and so we'll move on. And let's see if we'll wrap up the episode now, because there's no what pissing you off. There's no what's pissing you off this week because nobody contributed anything. So thanks a lot, you lazy ass happy douchebags who didn't contribute anything to what's pissing you off today. You know what's pissing me off today? That there's nothing pissing you off today. Upcoming shows, Comedy Thunderdome on May 5th at the Marquee in Middlebury, Vermont. I'll be hosting, and there'll be 6 comedians there. I'm not sure who they all are yet. Those are still getting finalized. I think that's all I have for upcoming shows. You can like the Facebook page of the McTaggart Attack podcast. You can find me on Facebook at I have 2 YouTube channels. My YouTube channel for myself and the McTaggart Attack podcast YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter at KevMcT. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have for this week's episodes. This podcast is a work in progress, of course, and I'm not ready to announce them yet, but I am looking into ways into improving the podcast and the viewership and, improve myself as a podcaster. And there may be some things coming up that may be a surprise or I'm working on shit. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. All right. Bye, everybody. For now. Until next time. 69. And also, I want to say, see you next time.